Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Dion back with a daily Fanduel lineup building video for today, January 27th. Didn't put this video out last night because this slate was pretty much looking like a tournament only kind of slate to me. But knowing me, I'll probably still run a bunch of cash game lineups. But look at this: we got a 17-point favorite game, 9.5, 12, 10, 16 and a half. The closest games we have right now is this Utah and Charlotte. And this OKC, basically three games, man. There's only three games projected to stay even close enough that I guess these guys play in the fourth. So, I went on a gun stream last night. You can kind of check that out. I fell asleep on it, but no guns like this guy. But yeah, man, we're gonna do like we usually do, man. We're gonna start out at point guard. I'm actually gonna I'm actually gonna go to the chat real quick, man. Go check that out so I can see what you guys are talking about. So just bear with me for 1 second. Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys can definitely leave your comments in the chat right now. This isn't gonna necessarily be my lineup, but I do kind of like this, man. So right now we start off at point guard. I think we have to talk about Steph Curry. Just because like we've seen what he can do, even in blowouts, man. This dude is putting up 50 burgers. And this could be another situation tonight. What is the spread on this game? 17-point favorites, and I'm almost certain that Dirk doesn't play today, so we kind of cross him out. There's probably a chance that Zaza Pachulia doesn't play today, so I'm probably gonna fade him just because I don't know if he'll hit his ceiling in this matchup because I don't think he plays the fourth quarter in this game. But who knows, man? We've seen the Warriors play down to the competition, and he will be low owned tonight just because of the fact that team seen what the Warriors did to the Spurs, which was pretty bad. So Steph Curry, tournament option only, man. And speaking of tournament options, man, I'm gonna be talking about a lot of those plays today, man. Just mainly because I'm not gonna put too much in the double up. I'm probably gonna run 2 or 3 tournaments today. So I definitely like Curry as a tournament option. Next we got Russell Westbrook. I think he's cash and tournament, man. This dude just consistently hits 50. Even though it took him overtime yesterday to get it, he still got you 55.6 in 44 minutes. And in close games, we know he always plays 40 minutes. So 10.5, we know what Westbrook's ceiling is. And in this game, I just like his individual matchup with Ricky Rubio. Okay. So when you look at this matchup on paper, it just stands out more. We know Wiggins is going to be on Durant. So you can kind of just single out Westbrook, man. You're like, okay, we know who's going to dominate the ball. His usage is pretty high, so Westbrook, I think he's a solid cash and tournament play. And shout out to you, Stephen M, man. I saw you write me in the YouTube section. I was gonna get to it after this video. But yeah, so Westbrook definitely a nice tournament cash game option. I have my eyes on him a lot, man, because OKC, even when you think they're gonna blow teams out, they just can't do it, man. And I have a feeling they might do it today just because everybody saw it was a close game with the Knicks with no Melo. But yeah, man. Westbrook, nice play. Chris Paul. Now my gut feeling, man, like just looking at it on paper, I feel like the Hawks can blow the Clippers out, man. It's like the Clippers don't have enough offensive firepower, and I think the Hawks they're still pretty fluent on offense. They're still one of the best offensive teams in the NBA despite losing Carroll, who's pretty good for them. But Chris Paul, he's about as safe as it gets. He doesn't really kill your lineup. He did disappoint yesterday. But we do know George Hill, one of the better point guard defenders in this league. So, and the Pacers aren't a team you want to pick on necessarily. But Chris Paul is usually matchup proof. Yeah, look at this Pacers top 5 team versus point guard. So, he gets into a situation where he will be going up against the Hawks. Let's see what the Hawks rank against point guards. Okay, so they're a top 10 team as well. I'm not quite sure. I don't know, man. I think Chris Paul's pretty safe even in the back-to-back. I don't think he'll hit 5 times value. I think you'll see something like 44 to 45. But so definitely not a tournament option for me. More cash just because he has a safe enough floor. We can kind of move on now. And I'm kind of breezing through this because I don't want to make this a long video, man. I'm still kind of tired. I just woke up about a good, 25, 30 minutes ago. So, yeah, man, we can skip on to the next play, Kemba Walker. Now, this is somebody I would love. I would have loved in tournaments if Derek Favors wasn't back, man. I think he presents enough upside. We seen what he's you've seen what he's done, man. Even against Utah last time, man. Let's see what he had again. He put up 75, man, in double OT, but I'm still certain of it. He had 50 points at the end of regulation. So this guy's been balling lately, but who knows, man? Tired legs might catch up to him. Let's see how many games he's played. Okay, so he's had decent enough rest, but he just came off overtime game. He played 45. I know that's starting to take a toll on his body by now, though. He's played a bunch of 40+ minute games, so even with the day off, man, I'm not quite sure how I feel about it. And it's going to be a slow paced game. This game is looking like it can be a blowout as well. So let's go check out the spread on this. They only had it at 6.5. I guess it's just because Utah not really an offensive juggernaut, so to say. So Kemba definitely got probably skip on, but tournament option only, man. And next week got IT2, man, going up against the Denver Nuggets, man. 8,300. Not a price tag I like, but he's a guy that's shown pretty consistent upside with pretty safe. I mean, the floor hasn't been the greatest sometimes, but I think in this matchup, wait, let's go take a look at his usage actually. Okay, so within the last week, he has a 28.7 usage rate. I don't know, man. This guy, it's kind of hard to predict him, but I think in this matchup, let's go take a look at DVP. I think you have a good game. Nuggets bottom three team versus point guards. They are the third worst team against point guards. So we see IT2 has a high usage. Let's go take a look at the over-under spread. 211 over-under. They're basically predicting this to be a blowout, 9.5 point favorite. So I don't think we can get the maximum amount of minutes that like we get in close games. Like you get 35, you got 38, 31. I could see this being a 20 to 30 minute game for IT2. I mean, he's still showing you some upside. Look what he did in 28 against Washington, and this was against John Wall. So I'm not quite sure how I'm feeling about him there, but let's go take a look at something. I like to look at this to see defensive rating, man, of actual players. So let's see what Moutier ranks. Moutier's 108, so he's giving up about 108.5 points per 100 possessions. Usually want to attack guys that's above 105 and lower. That's where you kind of want to fade. But this Denver team is all bad all across the board. So with Gary Harris being their worst defender, so I guess we'll look at somebody there when we get to that position. So IT2 definitely a tournament option, man. Denver, man, we haven't seen them play on the road in forever, man. Let's just go look and see how many home games they had in a row. They had about 8. So now they're going on. I'm pretty sure this is about to be a long road trip. So let's see how they fare on the road, man. But IT2 definitely a solid option. Reggie Jackson, his price is coming down, and I think it's well deserved, man. He's not getting the minutes, man. I think they just need to get rid of Brandon Jennings, but he's showing you a little upside, 39.6 against Utah. So I guess you could kind of pick on point guards, even with Favors back, but I'm not quite sure I want to bank on that with a guy at 9.2K. But Reggie Jackson, solid play. Let's go see where Philly ranks against point guards as far as DVP goes. They're a bottom 10 team, and they're on a second leg of a back-to-back. This could be a great play. I think Reggie Jackson has a solid enough floor that maybe he doesn't get 35, but I still think he gets you about 32, 35, somewhere there. So wouldn't kill your lineup. I think he's a safe cash game play. Not sure about tournaments. I don't know about him hitting this ceiling with only 32 minutes. So at that price. So next we kind of move on, and we didn't even look at the spread for this game. 204 over under, 12-point favorite. So man, just too many blowouts today. I don't know how I can put much in the cash games, but let's see. Thoughts on Millsap, their house back tonight, so I'm fading Harden and Smith. Do you like Parsons, GPP, Marcus Smart? Hey, we're gonna get to a lot of those, man. But I appreciate the question. So we're still not all the way down there yet, but I'm gonna try to breeze through this real quick. It's Smith, man. He's looking like a tournament option, man. I'm a guy. I'm not really believing that spread, man. I don't think Detroit is that good. Probably not 12-point favorite good, but who knows, man? You got Drummond always getting in foul trouble. He's been disappointing lately. And their best offensive player has pretty much been Ersan Ilyasova over the last few games. So you got some solid plays there, but I don't really see them blowing Philly out. I know Jalil Okafor is out. You got Jakar Sampson out. I think Cannon might be out. But I still think you got Smith, Nerlens Noel, Covington. Still be a close enough game. Stauskas, pass him the hot sauce. He's been pretty alright. So it's Smith, man. Take that with a grain of salt. Looking at the over under. We seen over unders that high, man. The other day they had the Cavs 13-point favorites against the Timberwolves, and that game ended up being close into the fourth, like way in deep into the fourth quarter. So, I mean, it's all for you to like you take it in and you decide if you think that spread is accurate. So, I'm a guy that I don't think that that's going to be that big of a differential. So, we got Kyrie, man. I definitely love Kyrie. He has a good matchup here. Let's go take a look at his usage in the last week or so. Let's go see. 6,900. I wish his price would drop a little bit, but it has a 27.9 usage rate, just under LeBron's, man. He has a good matchup. Let's just go look at it on paper, man. Where's Cleveland? Cleveland, when you look at this on paper, I mean, PJ Tucker can't really guard LeBron, but I think he can. He's gonna be physical with him, make him pass the ball up a little bit. Then you have Archie Goodwin versus Kyrie, but there's so many good matchups. You got J.R. Smith versus Devin Booker, so it's kind of hard to understand who will get a bulk of the points here. But I love Kyrie's matchup here. Let's go take a look at the Suns defense, some Suns defensive rating. So, Phoenix, let's go. Excuse me. So Devin Booker, one of the worst defensive ratings, 113. You got Archie Goodwin right under in 110. So Suns, man, and we already know that Suns struggle. We can look at DBP and you can see that kind of matches up. Suns second worst team against point guards, and then let's go look at shooting guards real quick. And the Suns second worst team versus shooting guards. So we already know how that was. Didn't really need to even show those defensive ratings to tell you to attack Phoenix Suns with guards. So definitely liking some Kyrie today. The possible blowout scaring me. Phoenix is on the second leg of back to back, so I'm almost certain that the Cavs kind of blow them out, man. But hopefully it's on the back of Kyrie before the blowout actually happens. So Kyrie's an explosive guy, man. He can get 35 and 30 minutes. So I don't think he sees less than 30 minutes in this game. Smiths have been inconsistent, but and we see, I don't know what happened. Like, look, oh no, that's Dallas game. Let me go to ESPN. I want to show you guys what he did versus John Wall real quick, man. So let you know that he has a little bit of upside. Hey, why does loading so slow? All right. Let's see this real quick. Game log. So, and this is when he first came back. So, let's go look. Okay. Versus Washington. So in 34 minutes versus Washington, gave you 32, 3 and 5, 2 steals and a block. So just to show you guys, this guy still has some upside in him. I guess he's just in a little drought, man. I guess you want to buy low on certain plays like this. I have rostered Kyrie in tournaments at least 3 times. He's disappointed, but I'm a guy that I'm still gonna keep giving him a chance because I know his upside. So as soon as he gets his legs back under him again, I think he can have a game and explode. And this could be one of them. I'm just scared of the blowout there, so I'll probably fade him here. But Darren Williams, I don't even know if I want to touch anybody from Dallas. This game is looking nasty. But sometimes, man, Golden State does play down to the competition. They've lost to Detroit. They almost lost to Utah. They almost lost to Brooklyn earlier in the season. So maybe it's the games they were in a close game with the Pacers with Paul George playing a horrible, Monta Ellis in foul trouble for a whole half. So they've shown you times where they played down to the competition. Let's just go look at this real quick. It's not about showing you Golden State players, but just want to show you the game log and the scores. So I mean, they did blow out the Spurs, but let's take a look at this. They lost to Detroit. They were in a close game with Denver. They were in a close game with Miami. I guess this was pretty close. The Kings and down versus the Kings. Who else, man? Charlotte 111-101, 111-108 versus Denver again. So it seems like when they play against the bad teams or the mediocre teams, they play down to the competition. And this is a game where I can see Darren Williams getting up for it and want to really go off. And he has a DVP. Let's go look at Golden State. I think they're a bottom 10 team against point guard. So yeah, they're around bottom 10. And Darren Williams, even on the second leg of a back-to-back, I don't think he played. Okay, he played 32. Didn't do much yesterday. If this game is somewhat close, I told you guys I want to talk about tournament plays. So tournament option, Darren Williams definitely a good tournament option. He's shown enough upside this year. 5,900, I can see him getting 6 times value, man. He's shown it quite a few times. And you guys, we got Marcus Smart. That's what you guys were talking about in the chat. Let's see what's going on. I like Noel. Let's do it. We should link up and build some lineups together. Sure, man. You could definitely hit me up on Twitter, man. I usually respond to everybody, man. I try to get back to everybody. Okay, Rudy Gay's out. That's Thursday. I'm gonna show you my actual Twitter name. So it's right here, Daily FD lineup. So follow me there, man. If you don't feel comfortable, like just tweeting it back and forth and in the mentions, you can tell me to follow you back. Definitely hit me in the DM. So pause, but yeah, man. So that's about that. Marcus Smart. Look at his game log. He's been actually balling, man. And if this is projected to be a blowout, I think he sees a bunch of those blowout minutes. So, and he's already consistently playing 30 minutes. Excuse me, guys. He's already consistently playing 30 minutes, and then you get him in a blowout with good DVP. I like Marcus Smart a lot. He's a scrappy guy. He can rack up the steals 5, 4, 2, 2, 2. And this is a game where I can see him doing so, especially with Gary Harris, Emmanuel Mudiay, who loves to turn the ball over a lot. And Jameer Nelson's doubtful, so there'll be a lot of Emmanuel Mudiay on the court tonight. So I think Marcus Smart is a great option, especially for tournaments. I wouldn't trust him in cash games if I was you guys. So even in cash games, don't play him predicting a blowout, man. That's just not the way to go. But I still like him a lot, man. 5,500 in tournaments, you'll probably need about 30 from him, 30 plus. So I think he can possibly hit that. And good fine option, man. I would like him if he was cheaper, man. At least like 500 cheaper. Now, a guy that I like in tournaments, man, ignore the phone ringing in the background. I'm not going to pick it up. Tony Parker, man, 5,500 at the same price, and he might see 30 minutes against the Rockets. I think it's very possible. A lot of guys won't go to him. They see what he just did last time out, but I want to show you guys something real quick. The Spurs do not play for 2 more days, so we don't play till Saturday. So, and that's against we play Cleveland again. So we don't play for 2 more days, and I'm pretty sure, man, we can give him 30 minutes here with a 2-day rest. There's no reason to not to give him short minutes, especially if this game stays close. But let's see what Vegas is predicting. 9.5. Somebody told me Dwight came back today, so let's see if it has changed since then. Still 9.5. Let me go type in that news because somebody actually write Dwight Howard is back. Let me go see if that's accurate. Okay, he's expected to play versus Spurs tonight. So okay, expected to play versus Spurs tonight. Okay, so. Dwight Howard with James Harden, okay, just don't really have an effect on anybody here or anybody at a point guard. So, Tony Parker, 5,500. I like him here. A lot of people are scared of Beverly, but let's go take a look at something real quick. His defense hasn't been that good this year. We can look at defensive rating. Ty Lawson, Jason Terry, Marcus Storm, Patrick Beverly, 110. So he's pretty much been the same defender. He's pretty much been the same defender as a Devin Booker, Gary Harrison, players around that. So a lot of these guards are struggling on defense. And you got the Spurs, one of the best offensive efficiency teams. I think Tony Parker can go off here, man. He's a guy that likes to go around a bunch of screens. So his game is not predicated on iso ball anyway. So I like him a lot here. Pretty decent play. I think we can scroll on down. Let's go take a look at the chat. We should link up Bills online. Harden versus Spurs, not a good thing. Brandon 3, let's do it. Okay, let's do it. Like Noel, Okafor. Can you offer a must? Okay, so far I'm at Westbrook Garden. All right, man. Slow down with that so I can keep up with it a little bit. Harden's elastic drafting. Can you offer must play for each position? So must play for each position. If you're playing cash, I think you got to go Westbrook, man. 10.5, Yeah, I like him in tournaments a lot too. I think he's probably the safest point guard on the slate today. Uh, he's never getting you less than 50 pretty much in a good matchup. So I like him a lot. Only worry I have about him is a blowout, and I think this game stays close. So he's pretty much my must play. And after Tony Parker, there's only a few more point guards that I like, but I will talk about a few of them. Um, Jeff Teague, I'm done with Jeff Teague, man. This guy, his minutes have been all over the place. He's playing backup minutes, like 26. Come on, bro. He's not playing starter minutes anymore. Dennis Schroeder's been I guess Dennis Schroeder's been stealing. No, or they just don't really like Teague that much, or he's been dealing with that ankle injury all year. So I guess they're trying to lower his minutes. Moutier's been pretty safe for cash, but I don't like picking on the point guard position against Boston, man. I don't just gotta avoid that. So let's go see what Boston ranks against point guards. They are the best team against point guards still, so I'm probably gonna avoid Moutier. Boston, one of the best defensive efficiency teams. So I'll look otherwise. I'll look out the place. So you scroll down. Trade break with Raul Neto out. Let me make sure Neto's out. Confirm. Game time decision. Okay, he's been ruled out with a concussion already, so Trey Burke might get 30 minutes at 4,700. But I'm not gonna fall into the Trey Burke trap, man. I remember last time. I remember last year where I think Dante Exum used to be out with injuries or whatever. He'll get 30 plus minutes and not do anything with him. So I'm not quite sure how I feel about him. I don't think his usage is up anyway. Let's go take a look at something. When is the last time they played? So I could check. Okay, the 25th. We'll go take a look at the 25th. Let's see what his usage was last game. Oh, I'm on Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's go take a look at the usage. Trey Burke, 15.5. Come on, man. You're the point guard with a 15.5 usage rate. No way I can trust him in Cavs game, even at 4,700. I'm pretty sure Dellavedova has a higher usage rate than that. Let's just go compare them. Because Dellavedova is a guy I'm looking at in tournaments with a possible blowout. But Dellavedova has a 22.2 usage rate. So I need to probably see 25 minutes today. So it's a possibility. So Trey Burke, definitely a fade for me. Don't trust him, but he has shown enough upside in the past. So double overtime game, 37 minutes. He'll probably see about 32 to 35 there. But I'm most likely fading him. Like I told you guys, I do like Dellavedova today. At 4,200, playing 25 minutes, he's more of a point per minute guy too, especially against this team, man, who sucks versus guards, and it should be a fast-paced game. So I like Dellavedova a lot. We just saw the usage, 22. What was it? Yeah, 22 point something. So Dellavedova, good option. And last but not least, at point guard, we got Archie Goodwin. He's pretty much a cash game play for me. This dude has been he had foul trouble and he still got up 42. So I think if you take away the foul trouble he had, he plays about 35 to 40 minutes, and he still kill value. So this guy's pretty much a must play as well in cash. 4,100, even in a blowout, man, he's playing close to 40 minutes. So I like him a lot. And Kyrie's defense is something we could definitely, I think we could pick on a little bit. So let's go see his defensive rating. Has the worst on the team. Not terrible, but 106.5. And this game should be up in pace because Tyronn Lue said he wants to run an up tempo offense. So I could see this being a up and down game where he goes off. So go cheap to that shooting guard. I don't think I need Durant tonight. Gobert 7,200. Yeah, I like Gobert, man. He should be a beast on the boards today. Charlotte, I'm pretty sure they're fatigued. The offense might not be that good today. So Parsons did the game last night. I don't know what you're saying after that, but yeah, man. Let's move on to shooting guard now. Shooting guard, James Harden. He's a must fade for me. We got Andrew Wiggins at 6,800. Definitely a nice tournament option. If you think this game stays close, man, I think it could be a little bit on Andrew Wiggins. Take a look what he did last time: 32 and 40 minutes, 30 and 35 minutes. So he's pretty much getting you 30 plus when he plays OKC. And I think this game is projected to stay a lot closer than the last one. And OKC is coming off an overtime game, so think this could definitely be a good option for him. And they're traveling, so they're traveling from New York to Minnesota. So definitely a little jet lag there, man. Definitely like Wiggins a lot. Definitely like Wiggins in tournament. 6,800. Definitely not a fade for me. I'm pretty sure they will put Dion Waiters on him. Dion Waiters has been starting at shooting guard. Um, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure if they will put Durant on him, but I've never seen Durant used that way to lock one player down. So let's go see projected starting lineup. Kyle Singler. They've been having him here for the past couple of days, but he's not starting at shooting guard. They keep putting Waiters. So Dion Waiters versus Andrew Wiggins. Let's go take a look at something. Let's go take a look at OKC. Who do we want to attack here? So you got Anthony Morrow, worst defense, DJ Augustine, Dion Waiters. So Waiters is definitely somebody we want to attack here. 107.9 defensive rating, not that good. But Andrew Wiggins, let's take a look at his usage rate. Andrew Wiggins. And let's go put it back a week or so we can see a consistent trend. We're going to go to the 20th. Let's see what his usage rate has been. It's not that impressive, 22.0, but I still think in this matchup, this is a game where he looks to be assertive and try and kind of go off. And Kevin Martin's out, so we can kind of bump that up a little bit. And Pekovic is not playing that many minutes, so I think we kind of we can bump Andrew Wiggins' usage up a little bit. If I'm not mistaken, I think Kevin Martin's out today. Let me confirm that though. Let's fact check that. Okay, he's been ruled out for Wednesday, so this is lovely, man. And that's why I basically had Levine there. But yeah, Andrew Wiggins, like him a lot. He's seeing 35 plus minutes, and I think this is another game where LC play 40 against Cleveland. So yeah, there's no leash on his minutes. He's gonna take any shot he wants to as well. So I like him a lot. Clay, if this game stays close, I like Clay for tournaments. He's a streaky guy. Let's go take a look at something. A lot of people have been scared of uh, um, Wesley Matthews, but his defense has kind of fell off a little bit this year. Let's go take a look at something real quick. So he's given up about, besides JJ Barrett, Wesley Matthews been struggling a little bit this year. Not horrible, but he's been struggling a little bit this year. So Clay Matthews is a guy that runs around a bunch of screens. He'll be pretty low on 6,600. Usage rate is not that high though. So let's go take a look at Golden State. He's pretty much scoring dependent, so that's the only reason why I don't like him. He's a tournament option for me. But within the last week, you round this off to about a 24 usage rate. If you think this game stays close, man, I think Clay's part. I think Clay can go off in it, so I like him a little bit. Will Barton, don't really like to pick on guards, but his minutes are all over the place, so he's pretty much a tournament option for me. Last game against ATL, they went to the small ball lineup where they had Gallinari at the 4. So if they're doing that, they're going to have the Moutier, Gary Harris, Will Barton at the 3, Gallinari at the 4 lineup. So if they do that in this game, this might be a game where he sees 30-plus minutes again, and we see what he did last time. So, but Celtics, I don't know if I like him at this price, especially if I don't know how the lineups are going to play out. So I think that's too big of a risk at his price to even play him there. So KCP, definitely somebody I like in Cavs game. We got Nick Stauskas back. Somebody I definitely like to pick on. Let's go see Philadelphia. Let's go take a look at the DVP for shooting guards, man. Let's go see if Philly's one of the worst teams against shooting guards here. So Philly. Okay, they're a bottom 10 team, but Stauskas was out for a minute, so I think that can definitely change. KCP's shown enough upside for me. I think in this matchup he'll have a solid floor. Let's what I was looking at. Okay, Nick Stauskas, man, he's struggling. He's struggling horribly. So 111 points per 100 possessions. So he's pretty much the worst defender on the team. And then you got KCP at just at 5,800. I think that's safe enough. I think he can get 28 to 30 in this matchup. He's playing close to 35, 38 minutes, especially in close games. So I love KCP here. He's definitely a cash game option for me. I can even run him in tournaments, so I can take 30 from him. So solid option there. Not too much to complain about there. Pretty good option. So let me go take a look at the chat once again. I don't think I need the ranch tonight. He has a double to Dion. Is Wiggins your short play as shooting guard? I wouldn't call him a sure play, but I do like him, man. I love him a lot for tournaments because I'm most likely gonna run about 2 to 3 tournaments a day. Shout out to Steven M, man. Yeah, back on my insight with facts, man. I tried to, man. You probably wouldn't have liked me last year because I used to just put a lineup and not go through all the plays, man. I used to just make my lineup and tell you why I like the lineup I made. So, recently I forgot who it was, but somebody said they like when I go deep into insight and I should do it more. So, that's when I started making these hour-long videos. So, I can't remember who it was, but shout out to whoever told me that, man. Because ever since then, a lot of people have been messing with my videos, man, and really liking them. So, yeah, we can kind of move on to the next shooting guard position. Avery Bradley. This is somebody I like a lot today. I think he can be. I know he's killed a lot of people in cash over the killed a lot of people in Cavs versus Washington. Kind of struggle here versus Toronto. So a lot of people don't really trust him. But I think this is a matchup where I like him a lot, man. We showed you guys the defensive rating for the Denver Nuggets again. So let's go take a look at it. And their worst defender was Gary Harris, 111.9, basically say 112. So let's go take a look at some usage rate from Avery Bradley as well. So go up to Boston within the last week. I think it's about a 22 or something like that. Yeah, 21.0 and at 5 point, what is he? 5.5, man. I definitely think this is a good play, man. I don't think he gets less than 25 in this game. And this game is up in pace. We all know the Celtics are one of the top 5 fastest paced teams in the NBA. Let's go make sure that still holds true though. So we're gonna go to Hollinger team stats. Let's go look at the pace. Boston, the third fastest pace team in the NBA. So I like him here, man. This can definitely be a game where he goes off, man. I'm pretty much locking him in either cash and tournament. So I like him a lot. Now, Jeremy Lin, a lot of people are going to go after him just because of minutes alone and usage if Batum and Jeremy Lin out. I don't know if they are, so let me go take a look at something. Jeremy Lin. Damn, there's no news on him yet. So what I like to do too, this is what you guys should do, man. When you're trying to get some early news, I'll just go Hornets beat writer or something like that. I followed one of them, but I can't remember the name, so I'll do that. Usually they'll pop up. Oh, I spelled Hornets wrong. Usually they'll pop up one of their names, and I'll go write one of them. So like this guy, okay. It's always good, man, to follow these guys and definitely try to. Oh, here you go. I think it's this guy. So Rick Barnell. But yeah, you definitely want to hit these guys up, man. Get some early news from them. So especially see if they want to shoot around or not. So there is no news there, but let's go see if Fanduel has any. He's questionable, and let's go check on Batum. He's questionable as well. So right now, I don't know, man. There's no shoot around news or anything like that. So we'll have to wait a little bit while. We'll have to wait a little longer. So right now, man, I still, even with those guys being out, I don't like Jeremy Lin matchup even at 5.4. That's kind of cheap for him, especially for his upside. But I can see him having one of these 11.2 games, another 18.2. So Jeremy Lin, definitely not a cash game option, tournament option, and this is a slow-paced team. You got Derek Favors back, and that defense is pretty good. So let's go take a look at the over-under that game again. Charlotte, 191, 6-point spread, and I'm not the greatest at interpreting lineups, so what I do sometimes, I like to go to this website, Daily Fantasy Cafe, and I'll just like to check out, like, see what the projected score is. So basically 98 to 92. So you guys see that right here. So not a game I definitely want to attack. So there is some value there, but don't necessarily want to attack it for cash. Maybe tournaments, and maybe you could get a cheap play there. But that's about it. So we can kind of move on. Bazemore, he's one of those guys that I tell myself I'm never playing over 5K. But he's been actually balling lately. But he can give you a 3.6. And a 17.8 and a 9.5. So the minutes been inconsistent lately, so I'll probably fade him. Even in this matchup, I kind of like him a little bit versus Paul Pierce. Let's go see projected lineups. Yeah, so Paul Pierce versus Bazemore, I like him there, but I don't know, man. I just can't play him over 5K. Every time I break that law, man, he burns me. So no way he's a cash game play for me. Let's go take a look at the Clippers. Let's see how they fare on defense this year. Let's see if any of them are good individually. And you also got to take this with a grain of salt because this is individual matchup, and basketball is not an individual game all the time. It's a team sport. So uh, let's go see how he ranks. Paul Pierce hasn't been the worst. So uh, I guess that definitely makes me now want to play Bazemore. Bazemore usage. Let's go take a look at that as well. Uh, I'm tired of getting killed by him. So Bazemore has a 24.3 usage rate. That's the only thing he has going for him. That's pretty good, especially at his price. But I'm definitely gonna fade him here. JJ Redick versus Kyle Korver, man. That's pretty much a wash for me. They're both just gonna be chasing each other around screens, and they're pretty scoring dependent. But 24, if he can give me 24, at this price, I think he's pretty safe, man. The only problem I have with him, he's scoring dependent. Second leg with back to back, I don't know how I'll do, but I think JJ Redick's pretty safe, but I don't know if he presents enough upside in this matchup, so I'll probably fade him there. We kind of move on down the line. Wesley Matthews, maybe, if you think this game stays close by some miracle, but his game log is horrible. Like, I don't know what happened to him, man. He was pretty dominant in Portland. He's coming off the Achilles injury, and he just doesn't do anything. So I'll fade him there. Easy fade for me. J.R. Smith, I think I actually like his matchup, man. He's shown enough upside for me, too. 23, 34, 27, and close games. If he's getting these 30 minutes, man, in 30 minutes he's producing a little bit. He had a bad game against San Antonio Spurs, but that's to be expected. 40 against Dallas, 21. So he's not killing you all the way. 19 at 31 and 19 minutes against Minnesota. So let you know he's a streaky guy, man. He's a streaky shooter. Can just make 8 threes in a row. I mean, yeah, you can say in a row, but 8 threes in a game, man. He's that kind of player. So let's look at this once again. See how bad Devin Booker is defensively. The worst defender on the team. Now we can take a look at usage rate with J.R. Smith. Let's see. Has a 19.5, not that good, but I think in this game, man, he might get a bunch of open looks off of Kyrie and LeBron driving to the rim or whatnot. So let's go take a look at the chat again. So let me scroll up a little bit. Okay, I already looked at some of those. Would you pick Howard against the Spurs? That's tough to say, man. There's no Tim Duncan, so we're already relying on Aldridge to really box out and stop Dwight Howard. So I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. But 8,300 for Dwight Howard, I don't know, man. But we'll get to center, so I'll talk more about him after that. Y'all check out Trey Burke for a solid option. Raul Nito's out. Okay. Redick is scoring dependent. Okay. Which is more important, usage or matchup if you had to choose? I'd say matchup because I say matchup, but I think both of them are kind of like I go 60-40 matchup. I go 60% matchup, 40% usage because even in a good matchup, if a guy doesn't have high usage, we seen centers go off, man. Because you look at DVP, let's go say centers, man. The Hawks are one of the worst teams against centers, right? So we know DeAndre Jordan doesn't have a high usage, but if he's getting a bunch of rebounds and blocks because that's how they've been playing all year, man. I think it's kind of hard to describe, man. I don't even know, man. Now that I think about it, it's really tough to decide because you want both, man. So you want a good matchup and decent usage, but usually I like the matchup more than the usage because it also depends on minutes because you got to factor in minutes. So it's a bunch of different things. I can't just say usage or matchup is more important because you also got to factor in minutes with the usage and the matchup. So and the pace of the game. So everything, you have to combine all of that. So it's really tough to say, Courtney. So that's actually a good question. So I think we kind of move on now. Devin Booker, Mr. Consistent. I think he has a decent matchup here. He's playing 36-plus minutes every game. He's showing you some downside, though, but I think he'll be pretty high owned in cash games. So I don't know if he presents enough upside in this game. So I don't know, man. Take that. I think you could rock him in cash for the block. Because I think he's kind of chalky today, so maybe roster him here. Even in the blowout, I think he'll be pretty high on, like at least 30 to 40% owned in cash. So Devin Booker, solid option for cash, but I wouldn't touch him in any tournaments. Doesn't present enough upside for me. Now next we got Zach LaVine. Now this is a guy I definitely like a lot today, man. With Kevin Martin out, his usage is up. His the minutes are up. That's definitely something I like to see, and he's shown enough upside for me. He just balled out against the Cavs. Let's go to Minnesota. Uh, Minnesota. Let's see where his usage at. 20.3. That's within the last week. But let's go take a look at what he did in the last game. Hold on. Let me check the date. Okay, that was the 25th. So let's go put it to the 25th. Let's go see what he did, what his usage was. So he had a 25.3 usage rate in the last game where he actually played 30 minutes with no Kevin Martin. So 25 usage rate in a good matchup, man. I definitely like him here, man. I think this game stays a little closer than what most people think. OKC really hasn't been blowing teams out. They did blow out the Timberwolves, but that was quite a while ago. And the OKC, they are on the second leg of a back-to-back. So Zach LaVine, 4.2, all he really needs is about 22 to 25 points for value. So no, he doesn't even need 25, 22 points for value. So I think he's even available in. I think you could roster him in cash games as well. I think he's pretty safe. I know he definitely won't get you less than 20 in this matchup at 30 minutes. And even if it is a blowout, he's gonna get even more minutes in the blowout. So you definitely will see Rubio minutes come down in the blowout. So I like Zach LaVine a lot. Kyle Korver, now this is a guy I've just been pretty much rostering in cash games all the time. I think I rostered him these last 4 days. He hasn't got me less than 19. And at 4K, you need exactly 20. So he's missing value by 0.3, 0.6, and 1 point. So especially if there's somebody you want to pay up for that you think is pretty safe, like you got a Russell Westbrook, Kyle Korver, man, Mr. Consistent, man. Cash game option only. Doesn't present enough upside, but he will hit that 5 times value for you. I do kind of like him. Hit maybe about 24 to 25 in this matchup. I think him and Reddick go at it, man, running around a bunch of threes, running through a bunch of screens. So Korver definitely a cash game option. Now Dion Waiters is a guy I just never play, man. They're like what 43 minutes, 17 points, 33-13, 35-21. 23-7, is 32-20. He's all over the place, man. He has no floor. He has no consistent floor. And I just can't roster him at this price. 3.9. I'd rather just pay up for LaVine. And he's pretty much Kyle Korver at that price, man. So he's not presenting enough upside, so I'll probably fade him there. Danny Green, now he can make for a great tournament option. I think in this game, if it stays close, he's gonna be on Harden a lot of the time. So I'll probably see 30 minutes in that game. I want to see how much he got last time he played the Rockets. How many minutes he played last time, because I know he'll have the assignment of guarding Harden. Versus that's in 2 games. So let me see the first one or second. So last time out he played 32 minutes. I guess that's because he played a lot of defense on Harden. And the time before that he played 22. I'm not quite sure what's up with that. Was he in foul trouble or anything like that? Nah. I guess this was the Ginobili game or whatever. He played 26, so I don't know what's going on there. And I think we had a back-to-back game after that too. So that could have been the reason why he only played 22, or I don't know. But his minutes are inconsistent, so that basically just tells you tournament option only, man. But I like his matchup individually. Let's go take a look at James Harden, where he ranks on defense. Okay, Houston. This is just per 100 possessions. He hasn't been the worst on his team, but 108, that's still not good, man. We do know the Rockets have one of the worst defensive efficiency teams. Harden's a guy that likes to get lost on defense a lot as well, so that could open up some open threes for Danny Green. Now let's go take a look at this defense efficiency. Let's see where they rank. So Houston's number 7. I remember the last time I checked, they were number 8, so they moved up at 1 spot. So we also got that going for them. See opponent points now. Let's see where they rank in opponent points. Oh, they're pretty. So they're giving up about 105.6. So I can kind of see why they have the Spurs projected to blow them out. Let's go take a look at the over/under. Okay, 208 over/under 9.5. So I think that's close enough to where the starters play a lot of minutes. So Danny Green, I can see him playing 30, man. And this is a game where I think James Harden will be in a lot because they've been picking it up lately, and they want to keep it going. So I think they're on a 3-game win streak. So this could be a game where James Harden sees 40 minutes. So I know Kawhi and Danny Green will definitely be out there a lot because one of them have to be on the floor defending him at all times. So uh, after that, I'm pretty much fading all the. Oh, this is a good tournament option, man. Chris Johnson. I think, especially if Alec Burks is out. I know you can't really trust Trey Burke in this matchup. He's the 2 guard. Let's go take a look, see something. Alec Burks is out. Bro Nito's out. So I could see him getting 25 minutes here at 3,500 against this Charlotte team that might be tired. I could see him having a solid game here. I wouldn't bank on it though. Let me go look at the rest of this team, man. See who's stealing minutes here. Uh, see if anybody's stealing minutes here. So Hayward 38. Joe Ingles getting minutes. Okay, so Joe Ingles is getting minutes. He's stealing those minutes. So he might be a good option here. So I knew there was somebody on this team that had to get a bump in minutes, and it's Joe Ingles. So, but he's a small forward. We haven't got to that yet. So we'll kind of move on there. I knew it was somebody that's gonna get that can kind of be a little sneaky there. So I think we were done with shooting guards. So let's scroll through once again. Yeah, I was basically done with shooting guards. So small forward Kevin Durant. 11 for Cavs, 10.2. This should be a high scoring game again. He has had his struggles versus Minnesota. Hasn't really hit value against them not once. 41-39. So I think this is a different game though, man. I could see KD really eating today. I guess if you're one of the guys that want to pay for the block, man, you just lock KD into your Cavs games because I'm almost certain he'll be 60+% on today in Cavs. So you can kind of lock him in there. Not really much to say about him, man. He's super chalky today, so I think we kind of move on. LeBron's not. I don't really like him at 9.9 today. I don't really see him hitting 50 today in this matchup where he doesn't have to do much. This can kind of be the LeBron rest day within the games. Like he can play but still be resting. So this is not a game where he'll need to do much against the Suns. And if they blow them out, even better. He doesn't play that many minutes. Gordon Hayward. It's kind of tough, man. Let me see Derek Favors' usage rate in the last game. So I want to see if he's still in any usage. So Derek Favors, Gordon Hayward still had a 34.6, but Derek Favors at a 29.1 usage rate in 20 minutes. I'm quite certain his minutes will probably go up to he played 20, so I'm quite sure his minutes go up about 25. They'll probably gradually do it. So 25, and then for a few games, then they'll go up to 30. So let's go look where it took about in the chat. Parker, Green, Kawhi, LMA stack. I don't know about that, but it's crazy because I like all 4 of those guys today. I think that that's tough, man. But I wouldn't suggest playing all 4 of those guys in the game. Shout out to the guy whoever liked my video, man. Yo, I got freaking 6 dislikes, man. Screw whoever did that, man. Okay. I don't think Pop avoids minutes in this game because we have 2 days off. So this could be a game where I think Kawhi sees 35. And if it's close enough, Kawhi is definitely seeing 35 plus. Danny Green might see 30. There's no Tim Duncan already, so Tim Duncan's out. So LMA might have to see 30 plus. So man, I don't think Pop limits the minutes here. If he does it, he'll probably do it to Tony Parker. That's the only guy I could see him limiting, just because he's dealt with a hip injury. So let's go back to small forward now. So Gordon Hayward. 8.2, that's too much for me to roster in a slow-paced game with Derek Favors back. I don't think he really hits value today. But Kawhi, man, I think he's a Cavs game option. His price is dropping, man. The only good thing that I got from Golden State blowing out the Warriors, man, is Kawhi's price dropping. So keep it going, man. 7.5, you just need about 36, 37 Fanduel points here. I think he can get that, man. The Rockets been loving that small ball lineup, and if they do that here today, I think Kawhi goes to work. But with Dwight Howard playing again, they might go back to playing big. So RP that. Trevor Reeves is a pretty solid defender, but doesn't really matter. I think Kawhi kind of ate his food last time out, so I'm not really too scared with that. 7.5, and Kawhi's not scoring dependent. He's a guy that gets you rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. Like, look at this, man. He's all over the place with it. So, in 29 minutes, he got you 35. But the matchup's not the greatest for him. Let's go see where Ariza actually ranks. So Ariza's still getting about 108.7 points per 100 possessions, so that's not the greatest. He's not been a lockdown defender, but with Kawhi, I think you could pick on him with Kawhi at 7.5. So we can kind of move on down here. Gallinari's a guy that I'm fading, man. I really feel like Boston might blow these guys out, man. But if this game has any chance of staying close, it might be on the back of Gallinari, man, against Jay Crowder. And maybe if they go small ball, you might get a lot of Mayor Johnson or Kelly Olynyk or something like that. So I'm most likely fading him today. Jay Crowder, he's on the guys that I never play above 6K, and I played them against Washington, and it broke my heart. So I'm sticking to that rule. I'm not even going to talk about them. Chandler Parsons in a possible blowout. I was looking like a fade, but tournament option only. If that game stays close, he pretty much has something to do with it. Reza, not playing him versus Kawhi, man. I just can't do it. Kawhi, I know Kawhi is like he's so emotionless, but I know deep down inside he's gonna come out. He's gonna come out swinging, man. After getting embarrassed by Curry, just gonna avoid Ariza at this price. Now Marcus Morris, somebody I don't want to pick on. I don't want to play just because I respect Covington's defense, and we have them two here. I think these guys are kind of a wash right here, so I'm kind of gonna fade those two guys. Let's go take a look at something. Let's go see why I don't want to pick on Covington. Uh, let's go see his defense. This right here, man, Covington's been one of the best defenders, about 103.4, man. He's been pretty solid on defense. Him and Noel have been holding it down. So definitely not a guy I want to pick on. And Marcus Morris, let's go take a look at his usage. I don't think he has a high usage rate at all. So he's kind of one of those tournament-only guys. So let's see. Let's see where he's at. Marcus Morris, 15.9 usage rate. So he's getting minutes, but his usage rate is not that good, and he has a horrible matchup. So I'm gonna fade him there. Both of these guys are watching me. Maybe Evan Turner in a blowout. He might see 29 minutes in a blowout again, and I can see him hitting 29 again in a fast-paced game against Denver. So uh, he's definitely a nice tournament option. I know you guys like Smart, but I think I probably let's see who ranks higher in usage between Smart and Turner. Uh, let's see. So within the last week, Turner has a higher usage rate than Marcus Smart, 22. So I like Evan Turner more for tournaments than I do Marcus Smart. I think he has a good matchup playing the two or the three. It doesn't really matter. I like him a lot. PJ Tucker, man, he's one of these guys that don't matter what, he just hits value somehow. And I like him, man. He never gets you less than 20. And at 4,500, you just need about 22.5, 23 from him. So definitely could see him hitting that there. And whenever I don't know who to roster and I just got maybe like 4.5 left, 4.7 or something like that, I just put him in my lineup. Pretty consistent. So kind of move on here. Shabazz Muhammad, he might see upward of close to 30 minutes, especially with Kevin Martin out. And this game should be up in pace. 4,200, I like him a lot. He's showing a little bit of upside, 27. So at his price, you need about 20, 22. Definitely possible here. OKC, second leg of a back-to-back. Let's go take a look at his usage. Minnesota. Let's see. So Shabazz, 24.1 usage rate in the last week. Now let's go see what he had in that one game. So let's see if it was consistent there. So he had a 21.1 in the last game. I think that's because of Levine. But yeah, man, still a solid option. I still like him a little bit at 42. I wish he was in the 3Ks, but after that, I think we're kind of done with small forward, man. There was one person here that I talked about from the Utah game. Where's he at? Did I pass him already? I know he's a small forward here, so let's keep scrolling back up. Okay, Joe Ingles, 3.6, man. If he's getting 28 minutes, he's definitely worth a look in tournament. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So let's go take a look at the chat. Kawhi matchup proof, avoid Spurs, pop limits, minutes. Haters gonna hate, man. Yeah, man. I didn't really care that much. It's just that was the most, like, whenever that was the most views I got, and it also came with the most dislikes. So I was like, damn, I wonder, was the video that bad or was it just haters? But it don't really matter. Which Dallas reserve should we look at? I'm pretty much looking at the backups, man. Like I like Dwight Powell a lot, especially in tournaments. I don't think Dirk plays today. not on the second leg of a back-to-back against a fast-paced team, and he's been dealing with knee swellness lately. So I definitely don't like him. Kawhi did not do well against Golden State bounce back game. Yeah, man, I think he definitely does. And Kawhi, he still was on pace for. Let's see what he was on pace for. Uh, he played 25 minutes, so if he plays 35, I'm pretty certain he gets you 32 to 35 Fanduel points. It's just that it was a blowout. So in this game, I definitely see him playing close to 35 minutes. So he only shot. I think he only had 4 shot attempts. So Kawhi is definitely gonna look to be aggressive in this game. Would you play Smart or Turner? And Turner? That's kind of risky, but I think if you really think it's gonna be a blowout, there's no downside to playing those two. So Leonard for GPP or cash. I like him for both. Rodney Hood, tournament option only. Let's go take a look at his minutes. So I'm just now catching up on it. Rodney Hood, 34 minutes. He's been balling actually. So he's a guy that I'll probably just take a chance in tournaments because I think he has a good matchup with Jeremy Lin. Let's go see how Jeremy Lin defense has been. We haven't looked at any Charlotte defenders. So Jeremy Lin, he hasn't been the worst on defense this year. Actually, he's right there at average. So, and this is a slow-paced game. I think Charlotte's pretty tired, and I don't know, man. Rodney Hood's just looking like a tournament option for me, um, especially at that price at 5.6K. You got Avery Bradley at the same price. You got I'd rather pay up a little bit, 200 more for KCP in his matchup. So I don't know, man. I'm not really feeling Rodney Hood. It's not. I don't think he has. I think his upside is kind of limited in this matchup. So Dirk and Zaza out. Is that confirmed? Let me go check Baskmonster. Uh, I was almost certain that Dirk's not gonna play today, just because. Okay, Zaza Pachulia, Dirk is out rest. What did I? Oh, 45 minutes, and I started this stream a minute ago. So yeah, I knew Dirk was gonna play today. That's why I had Dwight Powell in my lineup already. So you can kind of just assume that Dirk's not gonna play against Golden State in the second leg of a back-to-back. Didn't need that. Muhammad, I like Muhammad a little bit. So with that being said, we can kind of move on to power forwards now. Draymond Green in the blowout? No, I don't want any of that. Paul Millsap, I love him today. Clippers, one of the worst rebounding teams in the NBA, man. Let's go take a look at something real quick. And he has a pretty decent matchup, man. Let's go college team stats, rebounding rate. So I think we kind of lock them up here. Atlanta's one of the worst rebounding teams as well. But you got the Clippers right there. They're both under 50%, so they don't do too good on the board. So then you have an undersized power forward on him, Luke Bahamute. Let's go take a look at it. So Paul Millsap, when I look at this matchup on paper, I just love Paul Millsap in this game. Bahamute is like 6'8", Paul Millsap like 6'10" or something. Got about at least 30 pounds on him. So and Paul Millsap is a guy that gets it done in almost every category. He's like a cheaper Draymond Green, so to say. 22, 9, 3, 2 steals, get you blocks. 14, 14, 3, 4, 4 blocks, 5 steals. He's shown you enough upside. And if this game stays close, I can see him getting you about 42 to 45. So definitely a nice cash game option. And I'll even roster him in tournaments, so I like him a lot because you have to pay up somewhere. Not everybody in your lineup is going to hit 6 times value. So the only thing I don't like is he'll probably be high owned. Derek Favors, can't really touch him, can't really trust him. Kevin Love, not quite sure how I feel about him, man. 7K for a guy who hasn't really been too aggressive, man. His floor is too inconsistent, so right now he's looking like a tournament option, especially with the small ball and whatnot. So and they put Tristan Thompson back in the starting lineup, so that's a guy that's probably gonna steal a bunch of rebounds from him. So not really failing Kevin. We already got him ruled out. Aldridge, definitely a solid option, man. Against Clint Capella, not somebody I'm scared of defensively. Let's see something. Houston. And I know they're not going to put Dwight on him, so they're not going to put Dwight on Aldridge. I don't think they trust him to do that. So let's see how Clint Capella's fared on defense. Clint Capella's been a pretty good defender, but I'm not quite sure if that matters too much for Aldridge, a guy that doesn't really drive to the paint or anything like that. He takes a bunch of jump shots, fadeaways, and all that stuff. So 6,600, and this might be a close game, man. And they're at home, so 6,600. He should be able to get 20 and 10, right? Or even not even 20 and 10, 15 and 10, some assists, some blocks and steals maybe. So I definitely think he's gonna bounce back from this game. He deleted his Twitter and Instagram after that game against Golden State. So I hope. I mean, I kind of felt bad because I'm like, damn man, you making us look kind of weak. But hopefully that motivates him to come back even better. So I definitely could see this a game where he's going off, and I think Houston is hometown, so I think he always gets up. He loves playing against Houston, so Aldridge definitely a good play here. Nerlens Noel with everybody out, just lock him into your cash games. He played 30 minutes. That's not encouraging, but I think there was a whole bunch of fouls going on in that game that the refs were just calling everything. So let's see if he was in foul trouble. Uh, so I do like him for cash, man. Even in 30 minutes, I think he's a solid option. Um, let's see, 30 was he had 5 personal fouls, yeah. So he might see a little bit more minutes. Can probably bump that up to 32 to 35. Against Detroit, I'm not really scared of Drummond in this matchup. And Nerlens Noel is a guy that feasts with steals, blocks. He does everything pretty much. So he's pretty consistent. Got you 36 and 30 minutes. And he didn't have a great matchup versus Tyson Chandler. So let's go see who's worse against centers, the Suns or the Pistons. So the Pistons are worse against centers than the. Oh no, the Suns are actually worse. So uh, definitely think you. They're pretty much around the same. They're hovering around the same thing. So Nerlens Noel, I think he's kind of matchup proof in the sense that I think this game stays a lot closer than the spread. Where's it at again? They got this as a 12. They got them as 12-point favorites, but I don't really see that being the case. Drummond's been inconsistent. He's been getting in foul trouble. I can see this being a game where he gets in foul trouble again, going against the scrappy Nerlens Noel. So I like Nerlens Noel for cash. I think he's even a tournament option as well. Fareed, simply tournament option. This guy's injured almost every other day, but he's shown enough upside, and he's not playing 30 minutes. So 28, 37, 24, 33. He's basically Nerlens Noel. So they both got the same similar playing style. Can't shoot. They're just scrappy guys that hustle for rebounds, putbacks, and stuff like that. So still, so we kind of move on here. Serge Ibaka, don't really like him. Uh, Even in the second leg, over 47 minutes, 39 points. That's pretty good, but he hasn't done it consistently enough and hasn't shown the upside in tournaments, man. I think I'd probably like him if either Westbrook or Durant was out, but both of them are playing, so his usage is definitely going to be a lot lower with Dion Waiters in the starting lineup. We kind of scroll down here. Elias Silva's been pretty consistent lately, but I kind of want 30 from him at 57. Don't know if I can get that. The minutes are all over the place as well. Last 2 games he's been under 30, but the games before that he was above 30. So that's probably worth a risk in tournaments. But let's see what you guys are talking about. Leonard bad at rebounding too. Yep, we looked at that. Millsap and Jordan stack. Yeah, I definitely like that. DJ tonight, J Smooth, a cheap punt and cash. Uh, that's tough, man. It depends who they're gonna take out the rotation because they still have Terrence Jones and Dwight Howard is back. So I don't know, man. I think Dwight Howard sees 30 minutes. So Terrence Jones, he played 14 last game. Capella's probably gonna start and see at least 25 minutes. And let's see if Josh Smith. Let's see what his minutes were last time out. And he's at 4K now, so he got 28, man. I'm pretty sure Dwight takes at least 8 of those. Like I can't see him getting that many minutes in this game. So at 4K, I'm pretty sure there's some better power forward plays at that price, but we'll get to those. So Selinger, Mr. Inconsistent, but this could be a solid game for him. The minutes are all over the place. God damn, we can't trust him. Um, I think you have to wait. And I don't think this is a good matchup for him versus Jokic, man. He's way undersized. Where is he at? Jokic, yeah. So Jared Sellinger's starting. I don't know if he'll see a lot of minutes either, so I'll probably fade him there. Marvin Williams against Derek Favors. Can't trust him. Those Celtics bigs, man. All of those guys are just tournament options because you never know how Brad Stevens is gonna use them in the rotation. So Tristan Thompson back in the starting lineup, man. We just seen Nerlens Noel have a good game against Tyson Chandler, so I think he's kind of fatigued after that 44-minute game he had. Let's see, Chandler. I fall for the microwave in the background. Yeah. So after that 44-minute game, he came back and played 19, man. I don't know, man. So I guess he's not even seeing that many minutes as Len, and I think you could get Tristan Thompson at a decent price, man. 4.6 for a scrappy guy that's gonna probably play 30 minutes. Yeah, I like him here a lot. We scroll down here. David West with Tim Duncan out. He's pretty much he can be kind of a Cavs game play, but he doesn't play over 25 minutes ever, even when Tim Duncan's out. So it'll be hard to hit his upside, but he's a point per minute guy. So if he gets 25 here against Houston, might be a solid option. Frank Kaminsky, nah, I don't like him there. Jeremy Grant, don't like him. He actually had a decent game too, I think. 29 minutes, 22. So he's pretty safe for cash probably if he gets 30. And everybody down here, man, it's pretty much tournament option. Boris Diaw, I like Boris Diaw a lot actually in tournaments. I think he had a great game against Houston last time out. Let's see. Uh, let's go see something versus Houston, averaging 15 and 4. But we're just gonna look at the left and go look at the actual game. So in 25 minutes, he gave you 20, 2 assists, 8 rebounds. The last time before that, he gave you 10 too. So he's definitely a tournament option. But with Tim Duncan out, I think Tim Duncan played this game. So uh, yep. Tim Duncan played this game, played 32 minutes. So I think there's more minutes for the bigs here in this situation. I think this game probably stays close. So Boris Diaw might get about 25 minutes. He can go off in this game too. I like him at 3,700. He definitely allows you to pay up for some studs today. So after that, man, everybody else is pretty much a fade except for my boy Dwight Powell, man. I like Dwight Powell in this matchup against Golden State. He's not gonna start. They're probably gonna start Charlie Villanueva at that position. So once the blowout comes, he'll be going against the second team in Golden State. So he should be able to eat against them. Not too many good backups on Golden State for the big. So uh, I like him there, man. Zilly doesn't play a lot of minutes, so I'm not worried about him. And then he'll probably be facing uh guys like freaking Spates and whatnot. You know, he's like 6'7", 6'10", man. He's an athletic guy. He's a point per minute guy as well. So like Dwight Powell. Let's see. 14-8. So last time he got 32 minutes against OKC, 23. So he's pretty much a tournament option, man. So I like him. I think we kind of move on to the center position. We go take a look at the chat. Kawhi and Aldridge both in cash or too much. I like Kawhi more in cash. Aldridge, I'm iffy on right now, but I think he could. I think he'll be pretty high owned, so wouldn't be a bad play. Urson, tournament option for me. Would you trust Morris? Nah, I would not trust Morris. He's been in the doghouse all year. Can you make a flexible lineup? Okay. All right, so we'll get on to the center play, and after that, I'll kind of scrap this lineup, maybe try to make some plays that you guys like. So, Dwight Howard, man, he's pretty much playing today. He's expected to play today. So, 8,300 versus Aldridge or so. Let's go see how the Spurs have fared this year. I think David West will be at center though. So defensive rating, man, nobody's in the hundreds. You going against the best defense. This might be a slow-paced game as well. So 8,300 is a little bit too much for me, making Dwight Howard only a tournament option. Drummond, this guy screwed me over, man. I played him in his Denver game, faded Boogie that day, 16.1. And this is what you can get for Drummond. He picks up 2 early fouls. You're pretty much done for the rest of the day. So I don't know, man. It's hard to really trust him in cash. He's always a tournament option for me until he drops to like 7,500 or something. I might give him a chance in cash, but for right now, I'm just gonna keep fading that guy. You got Karl Anthony Towns, been pretty consistent. I don't really like him against OKC because they are one of the best rebounding teams in the NBA. I think they are actually the best. So let's go check. And I know a lot of his value will come from rebounds here. Rebound rate. Yep, Oklahoma City is the best rebound team in the NBA. So we'll fade Karl Anthony Towns at 8K. That's a little bit too much for me when you got DeAndre in a good matchup. Let's go take a look at the DVP. Landed a 4th worst versus center. So DeAndre is definitely look like a good option, even in the second leg of a back-to-back. Played 41 minutes last night. So if he's getting something similar today, I like him. But this could be one of those hacker DeAndre days, man. The coach, Budenholzer, Man, he comes from the Spurs coaching tree, man. So he might take a book out of Coach Popovich playbook, man, and just go to the hack of DeAndre if this game is even close. So I'm kind of scared of him in cash, but I think he's a solid option, man. If that doesn't happen, and next we got Al Harford. Let's go see where the Clippers rank against centers. So they're not too good of a team as well, but let's go see Al Harford's usage rate. I don't think he has much of a usage rate either. So let's go within the last week. Uh, Al Harford 18%. That's not too good at all. So tournament option only. And Rudy Gobert, this is somebody I'm definitely liking today. If he's getting 35 plus minutes again, man, he should have a minimum of 15 rebounds in this game. So I'm expecting a double double from him. Hopefully he can pick up with the blocks. The Hornets are not really a 3-point shooting team. They're more of a team that gets to the rim and mid range. So I definitely think Gobert can have a great game here, man. I'm liking him a little bit more now that I think about it, man. I like him a little bit more than DeAndre at a discounted price, 600 difference. So he should be a good play. And then you got Jokic. He's a solid option, man. Even if this game is a blowout, man, this guy's been a point per minute beast, man. Let's take a look at his 18 minutes. He got in foul trouble against Atlanta and still put up 37. You got Detroit 32, 37, 14, 18. So 24, 31. He's been killing it, man. He's just too big for the bigs of the Celtics. So this could be a game where they get blown out and he still hits value. So I kind of like him here, especially for tournaments. Uh, After that, man, we kind of scrolled down the list. These guys are looking mainly like tournament options for me. Alex Len, how much minutes did he get yesterday? 34. So he's seen a lot of the center minutes. I think Tyson Chandler's going to take that back seat again. And I like his matchup, man. He's going to probably start out versus Kevin Love. And I don't think Kevin Love's going to really be able to contain him, but the Kevin Love can take him away from the basket, man. So there might not be that many rebounds for him to go out there and get like he had versus Philly. So yeah, 12 versus Philly, that might drop in half, especially against the Cavs. So let's go see how the Cavs are fair versus centers. The Cavs are the best team versus centers this year, so not really too big on Alex Len today. But if the minutes are there, the production might be there as well. But not a great matchup, so I'll probably fade him in Cavs. But he's looking like a nice tournament option. And his cancer, he's kind of fallen off the face of the earth the last few games. His production has dropped heavily, and Steven Adams is back. So that's a fade. Scroll down. Spencer Hall's at 4K. Can we give him a chance? I think it's possible, man. He's a guy that shoots threes too, so he might stretch Gobert, bring him out the paint a little bit. And I think even in this game, I think it's possible for him to get 10 rebounds in 30 minutes, even in the slow-paced game. So he's not a guy that I think will kill your lineup today. So I think he's kind of safe for 20 in this matchup. But if you're a guy that wants that 6, 7 times value from him, don't expect that today. Then after that, man. Maybe, I don't really like him against Golden State. This game will be a little bit too fast paced for him, so I'm not even quite sure if Mary will see that many minutes today. Played 29 the first time to 23 yesterday, so yeah, it's looking. And in this game, not a good matchup as well. So center, man, is looking like a tough position to pick at today. I'm probably leaning towards Jokic in tournaments, or these are only centers I could play: Gobert, DeAndre Jordan, or Jokic. So those are 3 guys I'm looking at, even for cash or tournaments. But I like Jokic a lot, man. Let's go see how the Celtics are fair versus centers. Uh, Boston. Okay, so they're probably like a little around middle of the pack, but they're still struggling. 46 to 48 is not that big of a difference in Fanduel points. So I like Jokic, man. Let's go see his usage rate. Okay, so he has 18.8 usage rate. That's not that good, but I just like him, man. As far as the individual matchup, I think he have a good game. So let's go check on the chat once again. Can you make a tournament lineup for today? What do you think of this GPP line? Westbrook, Goodwin, Wiggins. I was gonna says Rodney Hood. I'm so hood. Yeah. Kawhi Leonard, Shabazz, Millsap, Thompson, Gobert. I think that's actually a good lineup. That could be a Cavs game lineup as well, except for the Rodney I'm so HUD play. But everybody else looks pretty solid. Festus is doubtful tonight, so can we bring out Maurice Spates in the blowout? Man, he's a guy that's been a point per minute kind of guy too. So um, can you make? I think I'm gonna kind of scrap this lineup, man, and make some plays, man. Uh, just make this real different. So super tournament play. So I'm gonna go. Is Evan Turner listed as small forward or shoot guard? Small forward, so I'm gonna lock him there. I'm gonna go Kawhi. We can kind of put some of the players that you guys like in there. So we're gonna go Gobert. I think you have to roster Millsap today. Millsap, point guard. Uh, Let me see if Marcus Smart hit value with Evan Turner the last time. So they both hit value. So I think there's some merit to playing those two guys together. Wouldn't be horrible plays. Shooting guards, we'll get Wiggins in there. Uh, See how much we got to work with. Who can we fit? I don't want to have three Celtics in there though. So we'll go KCP. A point guard. We'll pay up a little bit. This is tough. Let's see. Kyrie. Then we got 6,500 to work with. We go Nerlens Noel 64. So this could be a nice tournament option. I think a lot of these guys will be low on, with the exception of Kawhi and Millsap. So maybe Gobert too. So we'll answer this just for the lineup's sake. So I think that's about it for today. Oh, it didn't go through, man. I gotta sign back in. Oh, that sucks. But I think that's about it for today, man. Appreciate you guys watching, man. Remember, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, man. I'm tired of those thumbs down, man. Whoever was watching my video and give me that last time, screw you. So that's about it. Heading out of here, man. Appreciate it once again. Peace.